Gosh.
You been outside looking at the deer?
Yeah, this morning actually I was at the vet.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. But what's really crazy, morning everybody, is to sit out on the deck in the evening and you hear the deer walking around in the backyard because they're crunching on the leaves.
I tell you what, there's one of the things I love about going to the mountains, and here's what happens is, and you know, you there's a chance you could get snow down there. There is. I mean, it's not, you know, maybe a little bit. It won't last long or anything, but to sit out on the deck at night or even late in the afternoon, because when it starts snowing in the south, I mean, everything just kind of shuts down. And you literally hear the snowflakes hitting the leaves and trees.
Done.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Denise, look, I have on a sweater, long sleeves and a sweater, girlfriend.
I love it.
I still got on my short sleeves, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting, Lisa, is that kitchen behind you looks similar to your kitchen in California.
I can see
cabinet colors, maybe.
I can see why you think that, but it's when you hear in person, you'll see it's not. But I can understand why you think that.
Yeah, I think it's the color, cabinet colors. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put the dogs outside. Hold on.
No worries. Hello, Shelly from Florida. We got Amanda joining us. Lisa Diaz, what's going on? Michelle Brick from Arizona.
Good morning.
What kind of weather you got in New York, girl?
Oh, you can't really see. It is raining and spitting snow.
Raining and spitting snow. Yeah, gotcha. It was cool here this morning too. I think it was down to like 65 or something, you know. So yeah.
Rough.
Yeah. What's it like in Florida, Shelly, or Arizona, Michelle Brick? Hey, Liz Nichols, how are you? It's Monday. Donna.
You know what? You're cracking me up because the last few times we've talked, you've been breaking out in song, a little bit like our jukebox lady.
I've been hanging out with Denise too long.
Another manic Monday.
There you go. And there you go.
The first time we went on a trip somewhere with Denise, I forget where it was or whatever we were at. I mean, every time somebody said something, she would break out in song or something about that.
Yeah. And I want to backtrack on something you said. You said you've been hanging out with Denise too long. There's never a too long when it comes to hanging out with my girl. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, she's got me singing songs and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
55 and sunny on Lake Norman over there with Lisa Diaz. 55 and sunny. Rena Batch probably in the mountains. I saw her with a toboggan on the other day. Look, there it is. There's toboggan.
Oh, wow. Go Rena. Wow.
Yeah. Sunny and chilly here in Virginia. Yeah. So today, Motivational Monday. But, you know, here's something I wanted to help people on. I wanted to share with people is that a lot of people, you know, for whatever reason, are not getting plugged into all the tools. And a good tool, a big tool is our YouTube channel. Okay. So it's easier, and I'm going to be sorting that soon. Actually talking about hiring a virtual assistant, trying to get somebody to help me do some of this stuff. But if you look at the videos on our YouTube channel, there are, how many videos do we have? A bunch. We have a ton of videos. Okay. And there's some, and all the live at 11s are on there.
I do have trouble finding it.
Yeah. Finding the YouTube channel or finding the videos?
Finding the videos.
On the YouTube channel? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I told her I needed to sort them into playlist. One of the playlists will be live at 11. The other one will be compensation. The other will be get started. But there's some really good stuff on here and really good videos. And so, you know, we've got
I think we could start our own like Higdon group. Team Elevation group. Look at all the training we have on there. We could start making money with our little extra side hustle here.
I agree. And so and so it's kind of funny to go back and look at way back when some of the videos we were doing and some of the screens we were sharing, and there was our beach theme. So I kind of went away from that, and then I started doing some. And the reason I changed up from doing the same thing every time is because it makes it easier to find stuff if it doesn't look the same.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm going to go in and do cover. Well, I'm going to pay somebody to go in and do cover pages, to put stuff on here because I just don't have time to do that.
Great.
And I'm not saying that you need to be hiring anybody out there. I'm not telling you that. But the YouTube channel is a wealth of information, and so is the team page. And the team page is a great place to ask questions. Don't feel like you always have to pick up the phone and call Lisa or Denise or I or whatever. Now, customer support, awesome. Love them. They're the best ever. But the team page, ask a question, comment, feedback. It's not just for recognition. Put a video of you on there dancing and celebrating. Put a picture of you on there watching the deer in the crisp, Georgia lake. The snow in, I have a good VA hookup. I don't know what that means.
Virginia.
But,
I have a good Virginia hookup. Yeah.
Wet and chilly in over in the UK. Rena was just laughing at us. She just said, ha, ha, ha. Cold and wet in New York, which that's a different New York than Denise is in.
No, she's close to me. She's only 2 hours away.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, virtual assistant. Thanks, Jamie Lynn.
Jamie did hire one.
She's got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's managing a couple of pages and some things too.
Yeah.
That she needed some support with, and you pay them for what they do. You don't have to pay them full time, which is kind of cool. But I wanted to just, for Motivation Monday, talk about what I had said was this. And let me get back to my PowerPoint. Has anybody contacted the tax lady, the Courtney Epps, about her taxes? Now you're like, what are you talking about?
I have somebody like that. Otherwise, I would have called her right away.
I have some tax people, and they forgot who the customer was, and so I've got a meeting with Courtney tomorrow. Tomorrow, 25th. No, Wednesday, to do a tax consultation. The people that I've got, hey, you know what? I mean, I'm not criticizing them. They did some great stuff for me, but
the difference is mind-blowing. Really, I'm going to tell you, because going from a traditional accountant to somebody who specializes in our industry, it's staggering. It's like going to a general practitioner when you got a gastrointestinal issue. You need to go to a gastroenterologist. And the difference that they can provide is a lot different than what your GP. They're both smart. They both know the field in general.
Yeah.
But, and when it comes to tax law, it's serious. I mean, like, the discrepancies are serious in the differences is what I mean. Like,
and the amount of money you can save using somebody who specializes is crazy.
The first year that I used somebody like that, I got back like $20,000, and I was like, "Am I going to jail? Like what? Like, huh? Yeah, because I was not utilizing anywhere near
what you could. And what you can do legally. Because when I first started in the industry and was making the big amount of money every month, I thought I was with a good accountant that came recommended, but I was brand new in all this and I didn't know any better. And they were doing things so on the fence that I ended up getting audited for a horrendous amount of money. So I think when you've got someone that specializes in this industry, like Courtney and your accountant, Denise, they know exactly what you can take legally that's not going to raise any red flags. And it is worth every single extra penny dollar you pay, because it saves you and it gets you money back. So
yeah, I think a lot of people tend not to either hire an accountant at all.
Yeah.
Because they go to H&R Block or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But when you really want to take advantage of the tax laws that are there for you for small business, you need to have somebody who knows what they're doing. And there is some kind of statistic out there with regard to audits. If you do it yourself versus if you use an H&R Block type place, or if you have a regular CPA, or if you have an EA, which is an enrolled agent, which is what Courtney is, and that's what my accountant is. An enrolled agent is like an enrolled agent of the IRS. So I think the audits are less likely with them than they would be on down the line.
Yes. And so two things, and that I'm glad we're talking about this, because one is for example, my tax attorney, I spent 35 minutes on the phone with him the week before last, and I was telling them more than they were telling me about deductions. And then so they said, oh, so we need to do an assessment and decide whether we need to move you out of the LLC into an S corp. And so in order for us to do the assessment, that's $2,000 that will charge you to do the assessment.
Yep.
Let
me think about that. So they sent me this form to fill out that I had to sign to approve for them to do that and send them $2,000. So I started thinking to myself, you should already know what I need to do. You've got all my information.
Right.
So anyway, as I'm busy and thinking about it, their little assistant lady sends me 5 emails in 4 days that says, don't forget to sign this, don't forget to sign this, don't forget to sign this. The same copy and paste over and over. So I replied to her and copied my guy, my CPA, and said, I don't forget her name. I'm going to call her Susie Q. I call everybody Susie Q. I said, Susie Q, and I copied Richard, and I said, Susie Q, am I under a deadline that I'm unaware of, that we have to get something done by the end of the week? You have sent me this same email 5 times in 4 days for me to hurry up and sign this. I feel like I'm being pressured into buying a timeshare or something, or maybe I should have my attorney review what I'm about to sign. If I'm under a time constraint, please let me know, because I was unaware of that. Very polite. Because I was getting frustrated every time I turn around. So Richard replies back and says, she's just trying to do her job. We do need to get on this as quick as possible in order to blah, 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 blah. Well, that was last Thursday. I've not responded to him, and I've got a meeting with this lady on Wednesday, and I will be sayonara. I mean, hello, I'm a customer, and I pay them over $10,000 a year to do my taxes.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Just FYI, like if you're listening in and you're not incorporated or you're not an LLC, it doesn't matter. You're still sole proprietor. Yes, you can do your own taxes. You can fill out a Schedule C and all that kind of stuff. But there are advantages to be able to take advantage of the laws that are there to help small business. So I would consider finding someone who could do your taxes. And this is a good time to start thinking about your whole year. It's the end of November, getting toward the end of November. We got 1 more month before the end of the tax year. And this is a good time to start, thinking about what else you need to do. Sometimes there's investments you want to make in your business. Maybe there's some products that you want to be. Maybe you're not an Advantage member, but you're thinking about upgrading, or you're thinking about becoming an Advantage member.
Maybe you need to buy an airplane ticket to Georgia.
Exactly.
I mean, just saying.
So to Denise's point, let me give you. I just wrote down a couple of numbers here, okay? And I think now this goes for 2 things. One, for yourself. I want you to think about this for you personally. If you're not using your home-based business as a deduction, okay, and then 2, is when you're talking to someone now about enrolling, hey, you need to sign up. And I recommend you do the Advantage Pack. That's $700 or $600 and something by the time $50 off. I don't know that I can do that. Well, let me ask you something. If I could tell you how to save or get a refund for over $5,000 on your taxes, would you be interested?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you what that money is. The average rent and mortgage, the average in the Southeast, don't even forget California, is $1,200 a month. Forget New York, because it's a lot more than that up there. $1,200 a month. So if you deduct 25% of that, that's $3,600 you get to take off of your home office, just the mortgage payment. Now, your cell phone, the average is $100 a month, cell phone bills, that's totally deductible. Your utilities, 20% of that, $300. Your miles on your car, your vehicle, to go to events, to go to shows, to go to the post office, whatever, let's call it $250, is 56 cents a mile. $250 is nothing. I think I deduct close to $3,000. Meals and entertainment, an additional $250. Now that's just it. We're not talking about laundry. We're not talking about insurance. We're not talking about health insurance. We're not talking about anything. Just those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 simple things that every single person has to deduct totals $5,600 for those are low numbers. So when you say to that person, listen, you should join and start a home-based business simply to get the tax, because it doesn't matter. They can
get the money before you're making money.
They can join on December 30th. And all of 2020, they get to use that deduction.
Correct. Yep.
So so right now it's like that's a great investment. A great investment. So Rena says, "Oops, I totally agree. My tax guy saved me tens of thousands of tax dollars over my 25 years in MLM. Tens of thousands. Mm-hmm. I hired an accountant who knows this industry well."
It's big.
Denise always has great points. She's the bomb diggity. She's the bomb.
She is the bomb diggity.
So I wanted to say that, okay, about the taxes. And I wanted to say, hey, because right now what happens is people between now and the end of the year go, well, the holidays, Thanksgiving, money's tight. Listen, right. Let me help you.
Yeah.
You need my help.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you are not an Advantage member and you're wishing that you were, or thinking that you should be, and you want to upgrade, that is a deduction before the end of the year. To think about how that might impact your bottom line might be a good time.
How many times have you bought CBD samples to give out? That's deductible. How many times have you bought more than just one bottle of something? That's tax deductible. Samples. I mean, I don't know what my sample deduction is, but you're right, Denise. You upgrade now, it's tax deductible. You get your money back. Mm-hmm. You get your money back. And some people will say to you, well, yeah, I'm already getting a refund. How much do you get? I'll get about $1,000. Well, wouldn't you like $6,000?
I actually, in my little opportunity talk, I talk about taxes just a little bit briefly, because it's part of, in my mind, it's part of the compensation, because you can make money before you're making money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody who says to you, oh, I tried that business and I lost money, they don't know what they're talking about. Because any money that they spent for the business,
well, they might know some of what they're talking about, because a lot of people, how a lot of companies require you to have, and they get sucked in and they're buying all this stuff, and pretty soon you got 3 rooms of inventory and you're not really doing the business, and now you're in debt, and that does happen. But
those purchases are tax deductible.
Exactly. It's huge.
Right.
And for those of you who are really working this business and you have kids, man, I am telling you right now, you are 100% missing the boat if you are not hiring them, because it's $12,000 per kid off your bottom line directly. hello, if you got 2 kids, that's 24 grand. I mean, you can put yourself into a loss situation perhaps, which is
And
wow.
and if they don't make more than 12,000, they don't have to file taxes, and it doesn't matter whether they're 8 years old or 18 years old.
Right.
No, I think that I don't know what the rule is now. I think when I did it with my kids, you had to be age 6.
Yeah.
I think it was. And so they
So
could,
they have to be able to
at
do
that time, yeah, it could be anything that they do for you that frees you up to do business. Whether they're, in another business, I had a catalog, right? They would stamp catalogs, or they would watch Nick, or maybe somebody's mowing the lawn, so I don't have to mow the lawn, so I can talk to people or do my business. Whatever it is that they can do for you that aid you to be able to do your business.
take the trash out, clean your office.
All of that.
Right.
Yeah. I just had them fill out a timesheet, and I mean, it's a huge deduction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huge.
and that's a good one, Denise, because the average accountant would have no idea that is used. And I did it with my boys. Boy, they did stuff for me. It wasn't just out there. They did legitimately running errands, getting stuff done, and it was huge to be able to.
And it teaches the kids some good things as well.
Does. And it keeps
them from spending money.
Totally. It totally does.
We had agreements for the spending money, right? Because I'm paying them to do things for me, but they also had things that they wanted that cost us, like hockey camp, or new hockey skates, or whatever that might be. So a portion of that they would put in for a portion of that. So that kind of offset your personal expenses as well. So it was like a double win.
Yeah. So your kids, and so here's the deal: is you set up that account for them, and then when they go to hockey camp, you pay for it out of that account.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're going to pay for it anyway.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or maybe not, because you can't afford it.
That's right.
So now you can.
And so, yeah, and the book that Ray and them just put out, Time, Money, Freedom, talks a little bit about that, and talks. That book is interesting. It's a lot. It's not the book I thought it was until I started reading it / listening.
Do you have it on Audible?
I do. Because
that's where I want to get it on Audible, and I was wondering.
Amazing book for not just about money, it's about relationships. It's about your relationship with yourself and money. It's about deciding that, hey, is it worth me doing this? Or if I paid somebody to do that, i.e. my children or even a housekeeper, and then I paid them $20 an hour and took that 3 hours it saved me and put it in my business, what would that pay me?
Right.
Oh, so I can earn $300 by using those 3 hours, $3,000, and pay this person $75 to clean my house. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good investment. Yeah.
I don't know where you get somebody for $75 to clean your house. I want to call them.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story about that. When I had my little lake house, and I say little, I had 1.3 acres of land, 285 foot of waterfront, 120-foot dock with a gazebo with the lights and the fan out there on the gazebo, 2 boat lifts, and a 1,200 square foot lake house. I mean, the square, 3 bedrooms in the back, big great room, bathroom, and kitchen, 1,200 square feet. And I used to tell people all the time, yeah. They say, oh, I love your place. I said, yeah, I bought this lot, and they gave me that house.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I think the lady charged me. I mean, she was in and out of there, It was just me. She was in and out of there like in an hour and a half, and I think she did charge me $75. But so great info, ladies, this morning on this Monday morning motivation. And there's one last thing that I want to make sure everybody understands.
Nice.
Simba and Mufasa.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. You have greatness within you.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of you do.
Yeah. So true.
Indeed.
So true.
All right, gang. We love you.
All right. Good stuff today.
Have a
Yeah.
great day.
Have a
Go out
great
there
day,
and save some
everybody.
people some money.
Magic Monday.
Mhm.